Sergeant Preston of the Northwest Mounted Police with Yukon King, swiftest and strongest lead dog breaking the trail in the relentless pursuit of lawbreakers in the wild days of the Yukon. Back to the days of the gold rush as Sergeant Preston with his wonder dog Yukon King meets the challenge of the Yukon. This is the Yukon, the territory patrolled by Sergeant Preston. Land of white-capped mountains and rivers. A quiet land until the discovery of gold brought thousands of fortune seekers into the territory. Among them lawless men who took what they wanted at the point of a gun. Dawson, 50 miles from the Alaskan border. Headquarters of the Northwest Mounted Police.
What else?
Well, the criminals got away with less than $100 in the Beaver City holdup last night, Sergeant. The express agent surprised the two men as they were opening the safe. He wounded one of them before he himself was shot down. The agent's condition is critical, but he has a good chance to live.
Was he able to talk?
Yes, sir. Here is a description of the two holdup men.
Give me the file on Vance Tatum, will you?
Vance Tatum? He's never operated in this area. In fact, no one's heard of him since his gang was broken up in Whitehorse a few years ago.
Well, I know. The description of one of these men certainly fits Tatum. Brown hair, brown eyes, 6'2", 200 pounds, about 40 years of age, and a scar over his left eyebrow. Do you have any idea what direction they took when they left Beaver City?
Well, they started out northeast. I followed their trail for several miles, but lost it during the snowstorm.
That'd give them about a 14-hour head start. A bullet wound should slow them down. It'll probably need attention.
Well, the only doctor between here and the Alaskan border is at 40 Mile.
That's right, Doc Willoughby. I'd better get started for 40 Mile at once. I'll keep you advised, Blake, of what's going on.
Right, Sergeant.
We sure appreciate you and your daughter taking us in like this, Bill. If Pete hadn't slipped on the trail and shot himself, we wouldn't have had to impose. Glad to be of help.
Boy, this is the first time I've had a chance to meet any of Dad's old friends, Mr. Taylor. You and Mr. Hollis are more than welcome.
Thank you, Rita. You never told me you had such a beautiful daughter. Where'd you keep her hid?
She was attending school in Seattle. When she graduated a couple of years ago, she insisted on joining me.
And I love the Yukon, even if our claim isn't much good. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to finish my work.
Are we going to gab all day? How about getting a doc out here to fix up my shoulder? It's killing me.
As soon as the storm lets up, I'll go after him.
You can take our team and go after him now.
Pete can't travel away he isn't. We're in a hurry.
I suppose you're one jump ahead of the law, as usual?
Well, let's just say that we're looking for a more healthy climate. Now, get moving.
Rita? Rita?
Yes, Dad.
I'm going into town after Doc Willoughby.
But the storm's getting worse.
Yeah, it's only 5 miles. I'll be all right.
Do you have to go?
Oh, yes. I'll help you with the dog. He doesn't know the trail.
Will you be careful? And particularly careful with the river.
I'll be careful.
And hurry, whatever you do. Getting worse every
that's all
minute.
right. Willoughby may not want to come out in this storm.
I don't care how you handle it. Just bring him back. If you don't, I might be forced to tell Rita what you were doing while she was in school.
I'll fetch the doc. The sooner you two get out of this country, the better I'll like it.
Now we understand each other. Don't talk out of turn or bring anybody else back with you.
I'm not a fool. All right, boys. Fight!
A few miles to the north, Rick Farley, a young prospector, has run into trouble on the trail. Caught in the storm while trying to reach 40 Mile with the gold from several months' work at his mine, he soon becomes so exhausted he can barely make headway. Realizing that with his heavy load he will never get through, Rick decides to hide his pack on the trail.
Ho! Ho! Down, everybody. Chinook. King, team's gonna need your help. Hi!
Who's that?
It must be Doc Willoughby. Dad's probably putting the dogs away.
It's funny we didn't hear them coming.
Rick!
Who is he?
Rick Farley. He has a claim several miles from here. He's half frozen. Help me put him on the couch. There's some hot coffee on the stove. Thank you.
Blizzard cut me, Rita.
Don't talk now, please.
He'll be all right as soon as he thaws out.
Ho! Ho! This weather's getting worse. We'll never make 40 miles tonight in this storm, King. You better find a sheltered spot and make camp. Hike!
Yes, sir, we used to know Bill pretty well. Worked with him down around Whitehorse. Too bad the way friends have to drift away from each other.
Drink some more of this hot broth, Rick.
Thanks, Rita. You make life worth living. You know, it's a funny feeling when your hands and feet start to freeze. The numbness creeps up, then you get sleepy.
Every snowbank looks like a feather bed, and you have to fight yourself to stop from curling up and saying goodnight to everything.
How come you got caught out in a blizzard afoot?
Well, I figured I'd reach 40 Mile before the storm got bad. When I realized I couldn't make it, I unloaded my gold dust and supplies and headed here. I was sure lucky.
I hope you'll be able to find it again, Rick.
I can find it. That $10,000 is going to mean a lot to us.
Oh!
Oh, Dad must be here with Dr. Willoughby.
Evening, Rita. I don't know why people have to shoot themselves in weather like this.
Rick, what happened to you?
Just a little frostbite. I'm all right now, thanks to Rita and your friends.
Oh, Doctor, this is Mr. Taylor and Mr. Hollis.
All right.
Hiya, Doc.
Howdy. So, you're the patient. You ought to learn how to handle a gun. Stop talking and fix my shoulder.
You'll have to excuse Pete, Doc. That bullet he's carrying around hasn't improved his temper.
I'll need boiling water, Rita. A bullet missed the bone, and there's no sign of blood poisoning. You're fortunate. I'd better give you some chloroform while I extract the bullet.
I won't need it. The pain couldn't be much worse than it is.
If that's the way you want it.
How soon before you'll be able to travel, Doc?
Tomorrow, if he takes it easy. The wound's painful, but not too serious. You understand that I'll have to report this to the police.
Oh, naturally. But I'm afraid that'll have to wait a little while. You're staying here.
Wait a minute, Vance. I promised Doc Willoughby I'd get him home tonight.
Mind your business, Bill.
All right, hold it, Rick. As soon as the snow clears up, we got plans for you. So don't spoil things by getting hurt.
What's the kid got to do with this?
He's got $10,000 in gold dust hidden. He's gonna dig it up for us.
You're mistaken, Mr.
I
Taylor.
don't think so.
We can be mighty persuasive if we have to.
Killing me wouldn't help you.
I don't want anything to happen to you. You know where the gold dust is. But I'm not so concerned about Rita.
Why, you thieving skunks?
Now, you see, Rick, we're not playing. Think it over.
Sergeant Preston. Nice to see you, Sergeant.
Hello, Josh.
That's quite a storm we had.
Yes, quite a storm. Trail's almost impassable between here and Dawson.
Well, what brings you to 40 Mile?
Well, I'm looking for these two men. You seen anyone around town that answers to these descriptions?
No. But I'll sure let you know if I do, Sergeant.
Good. If you should see them, be careful. They're dangerous. One of them is wounded. I'll see you later, Josh. Hey!
Oh!
Sergeant Preston, come in, please.
Good morning, Mrs. Willoughby. Is the doctor in?
No, he's out on a call.
Will he be back soon?
I really don't know. Bill O'Day came for him last night early and took him up to his place in a dog sled. I don't think he expected to be gone all night, but then a doctor does what he has to do.
Was it an urgent call?
I think it was a bullet wound. The doctor asked me to pack his probes and other surgical instruments, and ordinarily he doesn't carry them.
The police are always interested in bullet wounds, Mrs. Willoughby. Where is the O'Day cabin?
It's about 5 miles east of town, on Bear Creek. You can see it from the main trail.
I'll leave for there at once. I may be able to be of some help if the patient has to be moved.
Thank you, Sergeant. I'm glad you're going up. I should know better than to worry after all these years.
Don't you worry, Mrs. Willoughby. Everything will be all right.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Dog team's ready, Vance.
Remember, Bill, it's up to you whether Rita and the boys stay alive and healthy. Keep the doc here in the cabin and don't try to follow us. The boy digs up the gold and gives it to me. I'm going to turn them both loose, unharmed.
How do you know they'll keep their promise?
I don't, Doc, but I have no other choice.
We'll be across the border before they get back here on foot.
Don't do it, Rick. Don't. They're only bluffing.
Maybe they are, Rita. But I can't take that chance.
Now you're being smart. Let's get going. All right, Pete, get in the sled. Rick and Rita will lead the way. Get going. All right, boys. Let's go. Hey! Hey!
On, King. On, you husky.
It's Sergeant Preston.
What's the matter, old boy?
You stay inside and keep quiet.
You're making a big mistake, Bill.
I don't want to get rough with you, Doc. With my daughter's life at stake, I'll do anything to protect her.
Oh, hello. Are you Bill O'Day?
That's right. What do you want?
Is Dr. Willoughby still here?
No, he left a little while ago to look in on another patient.
Alone? You picked him up with the dog team. I happen to know that Dr. Willoughby gave up driving years ago.
Put up your hand, Sergeant. Now get in the cabin and leave your dog out here.
You're still playing this wrong, Bill. Sergeant Preston can help.
Nobody's going to butt in on this till Tatum lets my daughter and Rick go.
All right, Bill. Put down that rifle. This is a matter for the law to handle.
Keep back or I'll shoot.
Give me the rifle, Bill. Come on. Give me the rifle, Bill. Let me have it. That's better. Now, suppose you tell me what's been going on here.
Well, Babs Tatum and Pete Hollis came here yesterday. They forced me to hide him out until Pete could get his shoulder fixed up.
What do you mean, forced you? You were in town last night. Why didn't you have someone report it to the police?
I'm an ex-con, Sergeant. They threatened to tell my daughter Rita.
I'm sure if you'd been going straight, your daughter would understand.
Well, maybe so, but... Well, they were on the run, and I thought they'd leave without her ever knowing. Then Rick Farley showed up, and, well, they found out he had $10,000 in gold dust hidden not far from here.
Now they've gone after the gold, and they're holding Rita as a hostage.
Yes, and they'll kill her if we go after her. I know those devils.
You were willing to help a couple of wanted criminals escape the law. And as a result, your own daughter's life is in danger.
I did what I thought had to be done.
No, it isn't hard to understand your reasoning, Bill. But if you'd have told her the truth in the first place, this would never have happened.
Yes, I realize that now.
I'm going after Hollis and Tatum. The trail shouldn't be hard to find. I'll do my best to protect the young people. Doctor, you stay here till I come back. Your help may be needed.
What is this, a stall?
Can't you see he's in no condition to keep walking? He nearly froze to death last night.
Rick, how much further do we have to go?
Only a little ways. Around that hill.
Pete, we gotta come back this way anyway, so to save time, you stay here with the girl. And better put that arm on a sling. Take care of it. You, come on, back to the sled.
All right, sit down.
Hike, Huskies, hike!
The gold's at the foot of that big rock.
That'll be right. Get out of the sled and lead the way. Down, boys. Down. Now get that gold out of there. Come on!
Sit down and be quiet.
It sounds like Pete's in trouble. Come on, move it.
Lucky, King. Just a flesh wound. Get my first aid kit. In the sled, King.
Sit down there. I'll let you have it, too.
Oh, Husky. What happened, Pete?
The Mountie was coming and I shot him. He fell in the gully.
Bill must have double-crossed us last night. Told the police. Is the Mountie dead?
I don't know.
Well, when did you find out?
With only one arm, I figured maybe I just winged him and he could still put up a fight.
Well, let's go see. Get in the sled.
What about these two?
They can't bother us now. Leave them there. Hey!
Killing. Right, we'll set a trap for them.
There he is.
Looks like you got him, all right. Come on.
He's tricked us. All right, drop your guns and get your hands up. You're under arrest in the name of the Crown. Hey, keep your hands up. Watch him, King. Now on up to your sled. Let's go. Move. Thanks, Doc.
Be careful of it for 7 or 8 days. And now, if you don't mind, I would like to go home.
Well, it's up to the sergeant whether I'm free to take you. Well, Bill, unless Doc charges you with holding him against his will, you're legally in the clear.
We'll never be able to forget what you've done for us, Sergeant. After this, there'll be no secrets between us.
That's right. There'll be no secrets between us either.
Well, good. Then we've all learned a lesson. Well, I'd better get on to Dawson with my prisoners. Well, King, this case is closed.